Wow, that's a time jump. I guess we did, like, leave. We were gone for a month or something, right? My Erie was in front of me. I was in the lab in the room I knew well. There was no trace of Okinawa anywhere.
そんなに見つめられたら、まゆし恥ずかしいんだけど。
I realized that I was staring at my Erie. I looked around the room. Daru was sitting in front of the PC like always, hunched over with his back towards me. Suzuha was reading a magazine on the couch. On the open page, I could read the title, New Encephalitis Strikes Worldwide. Are you in danger? That's the president's disease they were talking about in the other world line. The same couch, the same cheap fridge, Daru's computer desk, the dirty curtain that cut off the development room from the rest of the lab. The wall clock, which I'd picked up out of a garbage dump, told me it was past 6. I looked at the calendar and 2010 was already gone. It was January 2011. The world line had changed again. I was back to the old world line?
No. Mayuri. ここって秋葉原だよな。
ん？
違うのか。
秋葉原だよ。
今日って何日だっけ
？21日。
ゴリバチョフ知ってるか？
ゴリバチョフ？どこかで聞いたことがあるような。
ペレストロイカっしょ。恐ろしや。あ、でもゴリビーってソ連時代だっけ？やっぱロシアといえばプーシンしょ。目の前で睨まれたらしょんべんちびる自信あるね。
プーシンさんなら知ってるよ。ロシアの大統領さんだよね。
So I guess we're back to the original world line.
実はワンコが好きなんだよ。秋田犬を飼ってるんだって。
Or at least one that's very similar.
大統領。そうだ。大統領だ。
Mayuri, Daru, and Suzuha all looked over at me suspiciously. It felt like a long time since anyone had looked at me that way. I was back. I no longer had to worry that I might be killed at any second. I felt incredibly relieved. But at the same time, I wondered, why had the world line changed again? I needed to calm down and think for a bit. I went up to the roof and booted up the web browser on my smartphone. Unlike during wartime, it connected immediately. I was amazed at the speed. Just getting an internet connection in the last world line had been difficult enough. Wikipedia. I started by searching for Gorbachev, and the results came back instantly. Perestroika, the Soviet Union's first and last president. The August coup d'etat and the collapse of the Soviet Union. All the keywords I'd hoped to see were there. As soon as I confirmed the Soviet Union was dismantled at the end of the 20th century and no longer existed, I closed the browser. What does our phone even look like? Can we pull that up? No. Then why had the world line shifted again? I hadn't done anything. I didn't have any way to affect the divergence value. So what had changed it? Had whoever had performed the first experiment in Russia undone it? Had they watched its progress for a month and had been satisfied? Were they going to keep doing it? And if they did, would I be caught up in it each time? It was a mistake to come outside without a coat on. Yeah, nothing I could come up with by myself would be anything more than a guess. I went back to the lab. The wreaths we'd put up at the entrance for the Christmas party were still up.
Christmas party.
It'd only been a month, hadn't it? It felt like a million years ago. I had no memories of what I'd done in this world line after the Christmas party.
ああ、そういえば飾り付け放置したまんまだっけ？いい加減外さないとな。パーティーの時にオカリンと吹雪氏が倒れたっしょ？それでバタバタしちゃってちゃんと片付けできてないんだよね。
So did she jump world lines with us?
俺と中瀬さんが倒れた。
Was that when the world line changed? Everyone remembered that I'd collapsed at the Christmas party, which means I'd come back to the same world line as the one I'd been in before. If this was Russia's doing, it was terrifying to think they could control the world line to that degree. And there was one more thing. It worried me that Fubuki had collapsed too. I stood there, lost in thought. Daro and Mayuri looked a little concerned.
オカリン
そういえば中瀬さんの具合はどうなのかなって思ってな。
I quickly came up with an excuse.
ふぶきちゃんまだ入院してるんだ。
Huh.
入院もう1ヶ月近く経ってるのにか。
Once they found out she has that
大
disease.
丈夫だって言ってるんだけど、ちっとも退院させてもらえないんだって。
I've heard that lately. Unless you were really, really sick, they wouldn't let you stay in the hospital for very long. Was Fubuki sick with something?
これの疑いが晴れないらしいね。
Suzuha whispered as she held up the page of the magazine she was reading. New encephalitis strikes worldwide. Are you in danger?
新型脳炎。
I borrowed the magazine. They were talking about this last November. I'd seen a glimpse of it on the news. Outside of Japan, they'd seen almost 100 people, albeit with mild symptoms. In Japan, there were 10 people being kept at hospitals for examinations, or so it said. So it had made its way to Japan. And one of those 10 was Fubuki then. Was it transmissible by air? We didn't catch it at the Christmas party, did we? I knew that getting nervous wouldn't help anything, but still, I wondered.
ねえ、オカリンも一度病院で見てもらった方がいいんじゃないかな。あの時のオカリン、ふぶきちゃんよりもっと具合悪そうだったよ。
ああ、考えておくよ。
I gave a half-hearted answer to my area and then turned back to the magazine. Strange symptoms being found all over the world. Cause unknown. Sudden memory loss. Memories different from those of the people around you. Losing all sense of the passage of time. Losing the ability to tell the difference between dreams and reality. And sometimes having waking dreams. The article was filled with things like that. This was like...
まるでリーディングシュタイナーみたいじゃないか。
And it matched exactly with what Shimeyama had told me in the other world line.
随分とリアルな夢を見たりするとか。ひどい時には白チュームというのかな。現実と夢の区別がつかなくなることもあると聞いた。中瀬君と非常によく似た白チュームを見る人たちがいる。しかも一人や二人じゃない。
I'd wondered back then if Fubuki had possessed reading Steiner too. Maybe the reason she collapsed at the Christmas party wasn't some new disease, but the unexpected activation of reading Steiner. That would mean her diagnosis was wrong. The unnecessary tests and treatments they gave her wouldn't help a bit. It looked like I needed to talk to Fubuki. Excuse me. I ended up going over that day. She was at a large general hospital with a medical student department located in, oh boy, Ochanomizu. It was close enough to Akihabara I could walk, and getting there was easy. Since she might get the wrong idea if I went alone, I encouraged my area to come with me. I hoped it would look like I was coming only as an afterthought, but it ended up being a bigger deal than I expected. When they heard that my area was going, Yuki and Kaidi decided to come too. Evidently, they'd all been to visit Fubuki several times before, and they knew exactly where she was located. They walked down the halls without hesitation. It was almost 8 when visiting hours ended, so we needed to hurry. But as we passed by a nurse's station, there was a minor commotion. A woman in her late 40s wearing a gray jersey was yelling at the doctors and nurses.
ですから、必要な検査と治療を行った後にですね。
治療なんて何にもしてないじゃない。しかもちょっとした検査のはずが、なんで1ヶ月も出られないの。仕事はどうしてくれるの。
落ち着いてください。この病気は未知の部分が多く、十分な検査を行って慎重に治療をしませんと危険なのです。
嘘。テレビじゃそんなに大変な病気じゃないから安心しろみたいに言ってたわよ。
ですから、それは適切な検査と治療を行うことが前提です。先ほども 突然のめまいを起こしたと看護師からの報告が来ています。
あれは夕飯が遅いからお腹が空いて貧血になっただけよ。私は元気なの。さっさと退院させて。
The woman was about ready to grab the doctor by the throat. Several female nurses held her back, then dragged her off somewhere with reassuring words.
びっくりしたわ。吹雪ちゃんは大丈夫かな？
The girls hurried even faster down the hallway. Fubuki was in a 4-person room at the very end of the hallway. We hesitantly peeked inside. Yee.
この声。
We could hear moaning coming from beyond the curtains surrounding Fubuki's bed. Mayuri went pale and hurriedly ripped them open.
吹雪ちゃん。
Ugh! Fubuki made a strange noise and spun around as we came in. I looked closer and saw that she was sitting on the bed with her legs crossed, watching a show on the LCD TV attached to it. Her eyes were red and swollen with tears, but given the fact that she had stuck a stick of Pocky in her mouth, she's probably just crying over a soap opera.
あ、え？おお、みんな、また来てくれたんだ。
Fubuki wiped away her tears and welcomed us with her usual smile.
マユシーはドキドキしちゃったよ。吹雪ちゃんが泣いてるって思って。紛らわしいんだから。ごめんごめん。
Even as she apologized, she tossed another chocolate-coated stick into her mouth. Her hair was tied up and she was wearing some kind of headgear. At first I thought it was just that she was too lazy to do her hair, but evidently not. There were cords coming out of the headgear that were attached to a belt around her waist. Were they monitoring her brainwaves? As unobtrusively as possible, I took a look at the other patients around the room. They were all wearing the same headgear. They may have been giving it to all the encephalitis patients.
吹雪ちゃん、ごめんね。みんなで押しかけちゃって。とんでもない。大歓迎だよ。それに、オカリンさんまで来てくれるとは思わなかった。
Fubuki stared at me intently. She'd never done that before, so I started to wonder if there was something on my face.
俺と同じように倒れたって言うから気になってたんだ。具合は？
全然平気。なんで退院できないのか本当わかんないよ。毎日毎日検査するだけで他には何にもやることないし、退屈で退屈で。しかもさ、病室って携帯禁止なんだよね。メールしたくてもロビーまで行かないとダメだし、夜9時になると勝手に消灯されちゃうから深夜アニメも見られないし。もう信じられない。
Her bed was surrounded with portable game consoles, magazines, and a miniature DVD player. Anything to start off boredom. And given all the half-empty boxes of snacks, it was hard to believe the disease was as serious as they said it on the news.
オカリンさんは大丈夫なの？
ああ、マユリにも言ったが、この通りなんともない。
そっか、よかった。
She seemed truly relieved, but she was still staring at me. And then suddenly Kaede started to fidget. Not only that, she blushed and then glanced at me and then almost started to cry. She was acting really weird.
ん？楓ちゃん？どうかした？
Kaede started fidgeting even more when she realized that everyone was looking at her, but she had no choice but to go over and whisper something in Fubuki's ear.
はあ？吹雪ちゃん、
The other girls tried to quiet Fubuki down. This was a hospital, and there were other patients in the room. We couldn't make a fuss.
だって皆さん、ちょっと聞いてくださいよ。